Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 21 October 2021. Thursday night, 9 o'clock. After a week off, it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and that is exactly what we have for you tonight. Over 40 items for your consideration this evening. It's a big list, so let's get the housekeeping out of the way before we get into it. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'll post them on the screen for you in just a moment, then I'll reprint them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first, as always, is to my Primer for Buyers video, a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale, how things work, and why. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That explains how it all works from the consignors perspective. If you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your collection, that video explains how it all works. The third link, as always, is to my Rates and Services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So you will see those 3 links in the description. Then the terms of the sale, and at the very bottom, a very long list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps to the video and pricing. In the pricing column, you will generally see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is your as shown price. The number to the right, as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service, and there will be next day sharpening available this week to the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight. If you're outside that first 6, expect your knife to ship in about 4 weeks. That is it for the housekeeping. Back to a normal protocol sale this week. I'm going to post the terms up on the screen for you in just a moment, and then I'll be right back with the inventory. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we have 3 leftover items from the sale of 2 weeks ago, and they are all watches. The first one comes in a long box in a white cardboard sleeve with an outer box and an inner box. A nice upholstered interior of that inner box, but I'm not going to take it all apart. It's from Timex, as you saw, and it is a reissue of a classic Timex from the 1960s. This is the Timex Marlin Mechanical, a champagne sunburst dial, a beautifully polished case. I think this is in stainless. Let's see. It is. Black hands and applied indices. A leather strap that is embossed to look like lizard. Snap-on case back. Diameter on the Timex is 34 millimeters. Thickness just 9, including that domed acrylic crystal. 41 millimeters lug to lug with an 18 millimeter lug width. It's a hand wind mechanical movement. Currently running about plus 30 seconds per day. Sitting here in the studio. These are out of stock at $199, I believe. This one is in near mint in box condition. We ran it 2 weeks ago at $150, dropped it to $130 that following Saturday, and then last week I did a price drop video at $110. It's still here. $95 shipped is your price on the Marlin. That's like less than half price for a relatively hot model. I think this, if this were merchandised in a more effective watch selling platform, it'd sell for a lot more. But $95 on the Marlin, guys. Next up, coming in very interesting packaging. This is the Armida plastic tube. They didn't stick the sticker on very well. So inside the tube, fitting for a dive watch, comes a rubber gasketed lid, some foam insert to keep your watch safe during shipping, and the watch, pretty nice little micro brand, I think. This is the Armida A2 dive watch. The A2 dive watch with 300 meters of water resistance, an inky flat black dial, a matte finished ceramic bezel insert, fully loomed. In fact, I'm just going to throw the loom shot up for you now because it is a torch! Yeah, got a 316L stainless steel case, all brushed finishing and nicely done. Screw down case back. Seiko NH35 movement, slightly domed sapphire crystal. On the rubber strap, the blue one sold last week with the bracelet, so only the strap for this one. It's a pretty nice one. With a branded buckle. Dimensions on the Armida A2, 42 diameter, 15 thick, 47 lug to lug, so a nice compact lug to lug for a large watch, 22 millimeter lug width. The Seiko NH35 hacking and hand winding automatic movement is running. Well, I checked it the first time we ran it. It was plus 7 seconds overnight. It was minus 6 overnight this week. So it's running pretty darn well. Very close to nothing. Okay. Condition on this one's going to be very near mint to like new in tube. These are $349 new on Armida's website. We started this one off 2 weeks ago at $290. Dropped it to $270 that Saturday. And then last week dropped it on the off week down to $230. It's still here, guys. Somebody gets to take this one home for $200 shipped priority mail. That's the Armida A2 diver. Next up, our last watch and our last leftover. This one from Borealis comes in a very nice leatherette pouch with a hair tie closure. Got a nice pouch here, got an extra strap, and that's going to be the Borealis branded rubber. And then on the watch is going to be a Borealis branded leather lined sailcloth affair. This is the Borealis Seastorm version 2. Run the Seiko NH35 movement, hacking and hand winding automatic. This one 41 millimeters in diameter, 13.5 thick, 48 lug to lug, and a lug width of 20. That double domed crystal is sapphire, as is that bezel insert. So I think it's an aluminum insert with a sapphire crystal over top. Loom on the bezel is going to be pip only. I guess it does have the numerals loomed, but not extremely brightly. And then all the markers and hands are loomed on the dial. Flat black dial on this one. Nicely machined screw down case back. .300 meters of water resistance. This one is running about minus 30 seconds per day. I'm going to call it like near mint to like new in pouch. These are $399 new. We ran it the first week for $385. I'm sorry, we ran it for $300. I found one watch sold on eBay at $385. We started this one out at $300. Dropped it to $275 that following Saturday. And then last week, on the off week, I dropped it to $250. It's still here. Somebody gets this beautiful Borealis Seastorm version 2 this week for $225, shipped priority mail. That is a beauty, guys. All right, that's it for the leftovers. Time to get to the fresh stuff. We're going to start it off with a big long box from Columbia River Knife and Tool. Inside the box comes this little beauty. The Burnley design Columbia River Knife and Tool Obake, a fixed blade with a molded plastic sheath, a lanyard, and a bead. Inside the sheath is the knife. What we have here is 8CR14 MOV steel with a deep etch to kind of mimic a Damascus, and then a cord wrapped handle with what's probably faux ray skin underneath the cord wrap. Nice and comfortable, super nice purchase. 3.5-inch blade, 4 1/8 inch handle. It's like new in the box. These are gone. When they were available, they were $25. You'd probably have to pay shipping on top of that for such a small amount. This one can be somebody's for $20, shipped priority mail. $20. $40 with an Apostle P edge. That's the CRKT Burnley Obake. Next up, we have a discontinued timeless classic. It is a black class Benchmade fixed blade. It is the Benchmade 148 SBK Nim Cub 2 Tanto. So the Nim Cub 2 is a 147. This is a 148 because of the Tanto. Comes in a Mali compatible molded plastic sheath with nylon retention strap and a very nice button. There is your black coated blade in 154 cm. Combo edge Tanto with what was probably the BK1 coating, I imagine. Removable FRN handle scales. And the Nimravus family of knives always have super ergos, and the Nim Cub, no exception. These are long discontinued. I don't even know. I couldn't even find a retail price reference. They've been gone so long. And there were no combo edge Tantos on eBay. I did find a plain edge drop point that's sold on eBay of a Nim Cub 2, sold for $300. I don't think they're worth that. Let's do on this one 100 like it is, 125 for me to sharpen that Tanto. That's the Benchmade 148 SBK Nim Cub 2. And it's like new in the box. Next up, we have one from Ruike. From Ruike, not Reich. Inside the box comes the, I don't know, what does it say? There it is. The Ruike P875-SZ. Kind of a handsome knife, I think. Scroll worked stainless steel frame lock handle. Carbon fiber insert at the bolster area. Looks like we have a safety lock on the stainless steel frame lock. The 875SZ has a blade 3.5 inches long from Sandvik 14C28N stainless steel. That handle backing it up is going to be 4 5/8 inches in length. There is your lock engagement. No insert needed on the stainless steel frame lock. Rock solid lockup. Centering is going to be off to the left just slightly. Beautiful flipping action, beautiful lockup. Condition like new in the box. These are available right now on Amazon for $60. This one can be yours, $40 shipped priority mail, $60 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Ruike P875-SZ. Next up, from a little company in China I hate to love, TwoSun knives made in Yangjiang, China. We have the TwoSun TS21 with the custom scale work performed by way of knife. So it's a titanium handle scaled knife, blue anodized with what appears to be like a little bronze over the top there. That's very cool. Steel inserted titanium frame lock, milled titanium clip. I think it's on bearings, I think. Nope, it's phosphor bronze washers and a flipper. 3 7/16 inch blade out of D2. 4 9/16 handle. Perfect action. Perfect lockup. And perfect centering. Condition is going to be like new in the box. The stock version without the way of knife custom work on the scales is now available on Amazon for $60. I don't know what this one costs. More than that. But it can be yours. $40 shipped. Priority mail. $60 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the TwoSun TS21 Cust scales. Next up, I hope you guys are fast tonight because you're going to need to be to get this one. From Spyderco, we have a Manix 2 red and CPM 20CV DLT trading exclusive Manix 2 with those blood red G10 scales, polished hardware, polished clip, and the 20CV blade. This one is like new in original package. And guys, the lockup is rock solid. The action is beautifully free. And the centering is a perfection. It is like new in the box. These are out of stock at DLT. They are trading on eBay, sold listings between $185 and $300. This one, $195, like it is $195, and then $220 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the Spyderco Manix 2 red 20 CV. Next up, another one from Spyderco, but not from Golden, not from Seki City, not from Taichung, but from China. We got a Tenacious FRN, or a Tenacious Lightweight LW, in black. Kind of a cool Tenacious, actually. You've got that volcano gripped fiberglass reinforced nylon. We got a 4-way positional black pocket clip. We got a blackened stainless steel liner lock. We got a black painted blade in ACR 13 MOV steel. We have nice action. We got perfect lockup. We got centering that is close to dead down the middle. Might be off to the left ever so slightly. Condition is like new in the box. These are $49 map pricing at your favorite internet retailer. This one can be yours. $30 shipped, priority mail. $50 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Spyderco Tenacious LW Murdered. Next up, we have one from Hogue Knives. Little American company making knives in America. An upstart out of the gun grip business. We have the ridiculously long Hogue. You gotta do something about this. It is the 54184-EXL RSK. It's the Doug Ritter RSK Mark 1 G2. Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. Anyway, what you got is an orange Ritter Mark 2. Beautiful sunray milled orange G10 handle scales. Blackened clip that is going to be left or right, tip up. The Hogue Able lock, which is a directly ripped off patent expired Benchmade axis lock. Some say Hogue does it better than Benchmade. Who am I to argue? Lockup is rock solid. Centering is perfect. Action is beautiful. Blade steel is... where is it? There it is. CPM 20 CV. Beautifully stonewashed. Blade is 3 7/16 inches in length. Handle 4 3/4. It is like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were in stock, you could buy them online for $160. This one can be yours. Shipped priority mail for $130, then $155 with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. It's in your inventory as Hogue, Ritter, Mark 1-G2 orange. There are 3 knives I'd like to have in tonight's sale. This is one of them. So I won't feel bad if you don't buy it. Which brings us to the second knife in tonight's sale I'd like to just keep for my very own. This one from Spyderco, Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. It just says Paramilitary 2. What? Is it a lefty? It is a lefty, but it's not. Let me show you why. Okay, it started life as a Paramilitary 2 lefty. And then, it went to Blades We Love. It got a set of satin finished natural G10 handle scales, some bronze anodized hardware, and the Blades We Love button on the lefty Paramilitary 2, which makes it a right-handed knife. In fact, the clip is right-hand tip-up only, but if you look through that jade G10, you will see the 3 holes still in the liner for left-hand carry. So if I buy it, I'm going to drill the scales. But anyway, so what you got here, guys, is a nearly new pair of 2. It works way better than that, I promise. I'm so not right-handed. There we go. Action is perfect. Centering is perfect. Lockup is perfect. I could probably tighten that pivot just a little. Anyway. But at any rate, I don't know what that cost new. I have no idea. Didn't look. But I do know this. It can be yours for $160 like it is. $180 with an Apostle P edge. Oh. I want the knife, and I actually listed it for more than my seller had suggested. What the heck's wrong with me? $160 like it is, $180 sharpened. That's in your inventory as Spyderco Pair 2 BWL BL for button lock. Next up, here's a name I haven't heard in a while. He's still at it. Jeff Blavelt, Tough Knives, commissioned a knife designed to be produced by Arcform. It is the Arcform Slim Foot. Slim Foot. Other than this dimension, there's not much slim about it. It's a Jeff Blavelt design. What would you expect? Anyway, we got a titanium frame lock, steel inserted, with a carbon fiber inlay on the show side. Rather handsome, I must say. It is a flipper with a nice low-profile flipper tab. You got a stonewashed blade with satin flats, fashioned from Bowler M390 Super Steel, 3.5 inches in length. Hollow ground. For any of you who watched old Tough Thumbs videos back in the day, this is ground a lot thinner than Jeff ground his customs, I can tell you that. Anyway, 4 7/16 inch handle. There's your lock engagement. Rock solid. Blade centering is perfect. Condition on the Slim Foot, near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock. Brand new. When they were in stock, you could buy them for $350-ish. This one can be yours, near mint to like new in box, for $240. $240 like it is, $265 with an Apostle P edge. The Arcform Slim Foot. Next up, we have a plain white wrapper with a Riate sticker on the end. There's a beautiful padded pouch inside. The model is the Riate Augustus. The Augustus carbon fiber. What a beautiful piece of work this is by David and the boys. Oh. Kirby Lambert designed. Tumbled DLC titanium frame. Carbon fiber scales. Blue anodized hardware. Bronze pivot collar, milled clip. ball bearing flipper, nightmare ground, bidirectional or tridirectional satin finish, M390 blade. 3 5/8 is your blade length. 4 7/8 is your handle. Ball bearing pivot, steel inserted titanium frame lock. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Action's perfect. Centering's perfect. Condition, we'll call it near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock at $375 web retail. Sold listings on eBay between $260 and what? $585. A knife actually sold for $585. This one can be yours. $275 like it is. $300 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Riate Augustus. Next up, we have a corrugated outer box. Now we got an inner box that says Steelcraft series from Obake Knives. Inside all that comes a bodega. This has the blasted and tumbled finish, and then afterward finished with some beautiful bright milling work. Got your ceramic ball pocket clip. Now it's got a satin finish, but I think you can pick that up. There are some hairlines on the clip. It would be a pretty easy effort to resatin that, however. Ball bearing flipper, hand rubbed horizontal satin on the 3 3/4 inch blade. The handle on the bodega is 5 3/16. The lockup is perfect. There's your engagement. The action's perfect. The centering's perfect. No death lock. Can flip easily with fingers on lock bar. Condition, we're going to call it near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $475. Sold listings on eBay running between $375 and over $600 for nicer finish, a nicer level of finish on those super expensive ones. But anyway, this one can be yours for $350 like it is. $375 with an Apostle P edge on that S35 VN blade. That is the Beg Steelcraft Bodega. Next up, we have one from Liang Ma Design, so a Chinese produced production variant of the Liang Ma KUF, the kitchen utility folder. Now, I got a little confusion here because my seller sent this in as a version 2. I believe it's a version 1 because of the entire scale being natural canvas micarta instead of an inlay, and the blade steel S35 VN. So you got a 4 13/16 inch handle, titanium frame lock, steel inserted, and this knife has a very firm detent, but beautiful ball bearing action. Yeah, it almost takes 2 fingers to break that detent. But anyway, blade steel S35 VN, as I said, 3 3/4 inches in length, 4 13/16 inches is the handle. There is your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Blade centering's perfect. These are discontinued and out of stock. They were $375 new. This one can be yours. Near mint in pouch. $275 like it is. $295 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Liang Ma Design KUF. Next up, we have a Riate with a pouch only, no box. Let's see what's inside. And nothing inside the pouch except a knife. This is really a really cool knife. It is the Riate iron frame. The Riate iron frame, and it appears to have, it does have, 2 different types of canvas micarta. Black in the bolster area, and then an OD back here inlaid into the titanium. Very, very, very nice. Nice milling on the lock side. Steel inserted titanium frame lock, ball bearing flipper. 3 1/4 inch blade of Bowler M390. There is your lock engagement. It is rock solid. In the hand, super nice. Blade centering is dead. Very nice piece, guys. Very nice piece. We'll call this one near mint in pouch. They're out of stock at $330. This one can be yours. $200 like it is. $225 shipped, priority mail. Look how the clip mirrors what's left after the inlay milling. That's very neat. Anyway, so yeah, $200 like it is. $225 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Riate iron frame. Next up, a brand I've not yet seen, but I have now. This is the Editions G. That's the brand. Lespect. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct because these guys are all European. So Gregory Pohl owns the Editions G brand. This knife is designed by David Lespect, L-E-S-P-E-C-T. Manufactured by Lion Steel. Okay. Comes in a very nice FRN box. So this is a numbered limited edition, number 173 of 300. And here's the knife. I think you can see the Maniago influence. Hidden pivot, screwed on canvas micar, G10 scales. Crowned liners. You'll open it by pinching it. It's so Euro. Blade steel on the Lespect is M390, 3 1/4 inches long. The handle is 4 1/4. Stainless steel liner lock knife. Rock solid lockup. Nice free action. Beautiful centering. Condition on this one is going to be like new in case. These are out of stock at $310. Arizona Custom Knives just sold one of these for $275. This one can be yours, shipped priority mail, $250 like it is, $275 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Editions G Lespect. Okay. Get some rearranging to do here. Okay. Next up, you guys are going to want to grab this one. So inside this beautifully crafted, inside the pocket clip sheath, comes the Graham Custom Mini Razel. And for those of you who don't know, John Graham is a maker, I believe, from Cleveland, Tennessee. And John has recently been diagnosed with cancer, so we will pray for his recovery. Not sure how that's going. The Mini Razel has that patented, well, I use that, I mean patented as a generic term, that it's a blade design that John invented. This one has been sharpened with a beautifully polished edge. We're not touching this one. Stonewashed CPM 154, appears to be 5/32 thick. Some beautifully milled OD G10 handles. And this is a ringtail Mini Razel, which, not a big ringtail guy, but it makes sense on this knife. It really, really does. Condition is going to be very near mint. No box, but with that factory sheath. And it fits beautifully. This was $300 new. We're selling this for $250 like it is. No need to sharpen. $250 shipped priority mail on the Graham Custom Mini Razel. Next up, we got twins. They're both from Steel Will. They're both European-produced Steel Will knives, and they're both Steel Will F12-01 Tasso knives. Tasso. I'm only going to show you one. There's only going to be one listing, but there will be two available, and as soon as the second one's sold, I'll mark them sold. So here's the deal. Pretty cool knife, I must say. So you got a satin finish or blasted black G10 handle, orange backspacer, whoops, blasted clip, a beautiful blade, M390, 3.5 inch long clip point, very attractive clip point, beautifully finished. It's a Kachenko design, TKACHENKO. It uses a very innovative backlock that is released, and watch the lock bar. It's released by pressing up this button, and it locks way back here somewhere. Interesting. So it flicks open and then it flicks closed. And it is really solid. I'm not sure how that mechanism works inside, but it works well. Centering is dead. Condition is like new in the box. So the blade's 3.5, the handle's 4 3/4, and it works beautifully. Like new in the box. These are out of stock at $170 everywhere. Your price, $140 like they are, $165 with an Apostle P Edge next day sharpening available. If you buy one of the first 6 to be sharpened. That's the Steel Will F12-01 Tasso. Next up, what? Can it be possible? I have another set of twins. Both of them are like new in the box. They're both identical. And what we have is the Kaiser KI3504A1 Guru, designed by Matt Degnan. Pretty cool enough, I think. And these are both brand new. I will mark it. I'll have one listing. I'll mark it sold when both are gone. So you have a blasted titanium frame with lots of holes. Steel inserted frame lock, milled titanium clip, thumb stud actuation, ball bearing pivot, cool sheep's foot blade. Blade steel is S35VN. The blade is 3 inches long. The handle's 4.5. Rock solid lockup. There is your engagement. And there's your centering. A very Sebenza-like blast on these knives too. Very cool. The Guru is available at web pricing for $100. That sounds too cheap. This really sounds too cheap. You can have these $80 each, as they are $100 with an Apostle P Edge. Next day sharpening available on the first 6 tonight. That's the Kaiser KI3504A1. Next up, got one from Real Steel, and this is a pretty interesting knife. It's the Real Steel H7 Special Edition with that super cool milling pattern. So these aluminum scales are anodized in kind of a gunmetal-y tealy blue. It is very cool. Pocket clip's going to be right hand tip up or tip down. It is a deep carry clip. Comes with a lanyard. I'm not sure what that's for. What is that for, guys? What does that do? I don't know. I guess it gives you... I don't know. Somebody tell me what that's for. Because I don't know. Anyhow. It's a very viperish lockback, by the way. Mid-lock. Nice, easy actuation. Nearly free dropping blade, but you wouldn't want it to. Nothing to protect your finger. Nylon washers on this one. 14C28N steel from Sandvik. Stonewash blade, 3 9/16 inches in length, 4 3/4 handle. Rock solid. And not quite centered. It's like new in box. These special edition knives are out of stock. They were $63 when they were new. This one can be yours for $45. Shipped priority mail. $65 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Real Steel H7 Special Edition. Time to turn the page, boys. Yes, it is. All right. Next up, what? It's a kitchen knife on the Apostle P Knife Sale. This one from Shun. A very nice knife. This is the Shun Premier Nakiri. And I believe they call this the 6.5-inch variety, although the blade measures 6 1/4 to my thumbnail. I guess if you come all the way back to there, it might be 6.5. So what you got here is a core steel of VG Max Super Steel. And then it's clad in a softer stainless, and they give it that etched and hammered treatment. The knife is integral, if you'll notice. Right? So that bolster looks like it goes all the way through. I don't know. Laminated wood handle, a brass and black spacer at the back. Nice work. And the thing about this knife, guys, it is super thin. I mean super thin. It's not chisel grind sharpened. It's got a regular V grind. I would probably convex that if I were going to use it. But anyway, 4 5/8 handle. It's like new, no box. Williams and Sonoma sells this knife for $175. You can have this one. $130 shipped priority mail, $160 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Shun Premier Nakiri. Put you back in your little slip before I cut myself. All right, next up, from the Boker Tree brand family of knives made in Zolingen, we have the Boker Tree brand 115464 JRB Congress in carbon steel 75. So is that 1075? I don't know. 3 11/16 inches closed. We have a pen blade, and these are on half stops. We have a sheep's foot, and these are a 7.5 pull, guys, with the Tree brand etch. We have another sheep's foot with Tree brand classic, and then we got a coping blade. So a pretty nice complement of blades on the Congress. It is very squared away, near mint, no box. You buy these direct from Boker on their website for $125, or just buy this one, $65 shipped priority mail. You want me to sharpen all 4 blades, add $35, so $100. That can't be right. No, add $45, so it's $110 sharpened. $110 sharpened. On the Boker Tree brand 115464 JRB Congress. Next up, here's an interesting little knife, kind of sad, but interesting, from A.G. Russell Knives. We have all that. We're just going to say it's the A.G. Russell Horncliffe Lockback. So it's got an interesting little sort of seahorse shape to it. Nice shield, all stainless steel, and some jigged, I don't know, it might be bone. I think it is bone. Made in China. But you got a gorgeous little Wharncliffe blade. Blade steel on this is, what the heck is it? 8CR13 MOV. The closed length is 3 7/8, so it's probably a little over 3 inches in blade length. Long pull, cut swedge. Beautiful lockback mechanism. And guys, the thing drops almost freely. It is buttery smooth. And it uses phosphor bronze washers. Lockup is rock solid. Centering is close. It is like new in the box. You can buy these brand new from A.G. Russell for $78. 45 bucks for this one, guys. 45 shipped priority mail, 65 with an Apostle P edge. That's the A.G. Russell Warncliffe lockback. Next up, from Citadel Knives, we have the Shanta EDC folder with clip in my Carta. Here is the Shanta. It is a bulbous, crowned, hand-filling pocket knife. Beautifully finished natural canvas, polished clip, braided leather lanyard. Blade steel is Buller N690 with the heat treat scale left on the flats, and then mirror polished convex saber grind. Pretty cool. Oh, guys, I'm going to give you a sharpening price, but you don't need it. Right hand thumb stud, stainless steel liner lock. I don't think the centering is very good. It favors the left a little bit. Buttery smooth action. Phosphor bronze washers. Rock solid lockup. Condition on the Shanta is like new in the box. These are $179 at your favorite web retailer, or just buy this one. $130 like new in pouch, $150 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Citadel Shanta. Next up, we got one from the Benchmade Knife Company, Oregon City, Oregon. The Benchmade 535BK-2 Bug Out. This is the murdered bug out, guys. With the CF Elite scales. A carbon-rich fiberglass reinforced nylon product of some kind. Beautiful texturing. Everything is black, including that gorgeous shorty deep carry clip. S30V blade. Got a little rub, and its owner has sharpened it, but not perfectly. It's a polished edge, but he didn't get to the edge all the way. So I am going to offer you a sharpened price. Not that it's dull, it's not, but I'm going to offer you a sharpened price. Lockup is perfect. Action is way better than I just showed you. There we go. Everything is squared away on this one, and centering's down the middle. We're going to call it near mint in box. These are $148 at your favorite web retailer. You can have this one shipped priority mail, $120 like it is, $140 with an Apostle P edge. The Benchmade 535BK-2 Bug Out. That brings us to the third knife I'd like to keep for my very own this week. It's another Benchmade, and it's another Bug Out. A 535GY-2101. A dealer exclusive for KnifeWorks. I'm sorry, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Smoky Mountain. And I think when you see this, you'll know why. We have a beautiful diamond milled OD green set of handle scales. We got a smoky tumbled PVD shorty deep carry clip, and we have a gray Cerakoted blade in CPM M4. Oh my lord! Oh, that, you know, if I called Benchmade and said make me a bug out, you know what to do. This is what they'd make me. Oh, I dig that knife. I dig it. Action, lockup, centering, all perfect. I'm going to call it near mint in the box. It's kind of beat up, as you can see. They are in stock right now at Smoky Mountain for $208, or you could just save yourself some money and buy this one for $180. Don't wait. $205 sharpened. The Benchmade 535GY-2101 Bug Out. Next up, I have a ZT that you don't see every day. We are going bold. In fact, you might even say it's a real beast. The ZT 0640 Emerson The ZT0640. It is a titanium frame lock knife, but it's wearing an overlaid set of OD green carbon fiber scales. Very cool. You get that strange ZT pocket clip. It's going to be reversible tip up, right, or left. Thumb disc deployant, which is way better than I just did. A nearly free dropping blade. On phosphor bronze. Lockup is rock solid. There is your lock engagement. And the centering favors the lock bar ever so slightly. So let's see. You got 3 11/16 inches of Gentleman Jim blade. You got a handle 4 3/4 inches long. It has been used and sharpened, and the sharpening job is a little blotchy, I think you can see. It's plenty sharp, but I'm going to give you a sharpening price anyway. Blade steel's 20 CV. These are out of stock at $268 anywhere you look. Pretty cool knife, actually. Your price on this one's going to be $220, like it is, $245 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That is the ZT0640. Next up, I have a little combo pack for you. Yes, I do. This will be in your inventory as the Cold Steel Combo. It's going to include a Mini Recon 1, latest generation, I believe, and a Tough Light. The Mini Recon 1 has black G10. A triad lock, a beautifully stonewashed blade in OS 10A. The lockup is rock solid. Are we shocked? The action is perfect. The centering is perfect. The condition is, it's near mint-like now. It's going to come with the OD green FRN handled Tough Light, OS 8A blade, left or right tip down clip, triad lock. Oh, how's the lockup? Oh, rock solid. And the centering is beautiful. And the condition is near mint to like new in the box. So here's the deal, guys. Mini Recon 1s are $68 at your favorite web retailer. Green Tough Lights are $33 at your favorite retailer. I think that equals $101 total. You can have them both for $65, shipped, priority mail, plus $20 each to sharpen. That is the Cold Steel Combo. The Cold Steel Combo. Next up, we have a fixed blade offering from a Michigan knife maker known as Walk by Faith 777. And this is his drop point utility. Fashioned of 01 steel with a hand-rubbed satin. 3/16 blade stock. Pretty nice 90-degree spine. Curly maple handle. Mm-hmm. 3.5-inch blade, 3 5/8" handle. A little bit of black spotting starting on that 01 and the plunge. But hey, it's an 01 knife. You want that thing to patina up, don't you? Beautifully made leather sheath. Nice little package. I mean a nice little package. I don't know what this costs new, but I can tell you what you can buy it for. Near mint with sheath, $80 like it is, $100 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Walk by Faith 777 drop point. Next up, here's a brand and a knife I've never seen, but I gotta admit it's kind of cool. This is the Actilam T3. This particular one I think is known as the T3C because it has a clip. Yes, it is. Okay. So check this out, guys. The clip is on the spine. Very ingenious. So it's a stainless steel constructed olive wood overlaid gents folder. Let's see, the closed length is 4 3/8, and then you pinch it open, and you got a blade of X50 CR 15. I have no idea, guys. Kind of a grinder satin, swedged on one side, and there's a bit of a half stop, and then it opens, and look at that lock. Very interesting, wouldn't you say? And to close it, you move it like a liner lock on the spine, so you push that way, not up, but to the right. Watch what happens. Very cool. I mean, very cool. Centering is off a little. Lockup is rock solid. Super cool. I'm going to call it near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $123 web pricing. This one can be yours for $80 like it is, $100 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if you're one of the first 6. That's the Actilam T3C. Next up, I have discontinued awesomeness from a little company in Idaho. Here's the teaser. In this plastic bag are a pocket clip fill tab and a black leather sheath. And the knife comes in this box, and it is a Sebenza 25 micarta inlay. A Sebenza 25. These are going to be collectible unicorns, I predict. There is your show side. Just very little evidence of carry wear. Micarta darkening nicely. Couple trails on the clip. How's that for 25 action? Yep. This one has been user sharpened. I'm going to give you a sharpening price. There's a little wear right through the belly, but it doesn't necessarily need a sharpening, guys. There's your lock engagement on the ceramic ball. That might be the best Incosi or Sebenza 25 action I've ever seen. Centering's perfect. This one was born August 31st, 2015. That is a very well preserved example, guys, of a 25 with micarta inlay. And you get the leather sheath and the fill tab if you decide to carry it that way. All that, $490 like it is. $510 if you want my edge on it. That's the Chris Reeve Large Sebenza 25 micarta. Next up, from SOG Knives. My seller included a note that said this is the wrong box, and it is because it says S35VN. This is a D2 cryo knife. So it's the right model, but the wrong configuration. It is the Terminus XR with the OD green textured G10 handle scales. Deep carry clip that I'm sure goes either way. It is a flipper, and it's on bearings. Uses a very interesting version of the axis lock. Different than the old SOG arc lock, right? So you pull back the button. The D2 blade on the Terminus XR is 2 15/16 inches in length. The handle is 4 1/8. Lockup is rock solid. You saw the action. And let's look at the centering. I'm going to call that very close. I mean very close to perfect. Condition is going to be user touched up. Pretty sharp. A little bit ragged, but pretty sharp. So near mint in wrong box. These are $55 on the web if you want a brand new. I'm not sure you can find the OD green right now. You can buy this for $40 like it is and $60 with an ApostleP edge. That's the SOG Terminus XR in D2. Next up, time for one from Quiet Carry. Unfortunately, my consignor put his prices on big hunks of masking tape, and put it right over the Quiet Carry logo on the box. Ah, well. You can see it there, right? You do get a Quiet Carry sticker with this one. And you get a knife. This is the Quiet Carry Drift G10 version. You have a deep carry reversible tip-up pocket clip. I like the 4 holes. You got a blade in Manix Super Clean. Now this has been user sharpened and very well, by the way. I'll give you a sharpened price, but I don't think it needs it. 2 15/16 inches of blade, 3 15/16 inches of handle, liner lock mechanism, phosphor bronze washers and thumb studs, and a nearly free dropping blade. Rock solid lockup, beautiful centering. Condition is going to be near mint in box. Your price on this one, and they were $250 brand new, $200 like it is, $220 with an Apostle P edge. Again, doesn't really need to be sharpened. That's the Quiet Carry Drift G10. Next up, another one from Quiet Carry. I have never seen a Quiet Carry fixed blade, but here it is. This is the Quiet Carry Current. Nice blasted G10 handle, removable scales, Kydex sheath with what looks like a custom clip. A little bit of rattle, but nice fit altogether. There's your blade. Looks like a black PVD coated blade of LC200N. Lots of belly, beautiful swedge, thin 1/8 inch stock. The Current features a 3 3/8 inch blade and a 3 7/8 handle, made for pinch gripping. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Very nice little package. Condition is near mint to like new in box. I think these are $185 brand new if you can find them. And this one's going to come with a microfiber cleaning cloth. Your price $140 like it is, $160 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Quiet Carry Current. Next up, from Acta Non Werba, AMV Knives, Czech Republic, we have a box. Inside the box is the Z100 frame lock. I've never seen one of these. Had a lot of their liner locks in the sale. This is the frame lock, which is a hard anodized black aluminum frame side, G10 show side. Got your deep carry pocket clip, which goes both ways, left or right. Your own washers, phosphor bronze. Pretty good flipping action. Kind of wants a little bit of rest. I think you could probably play with the pivot and make it do better than that. Steel inserted aluminum frame lock. Lock engagement, rock solid. Centering is, favors the left a little bit. You got an N690 blade, 3 3/8 inches long, 4 3/4 inch handle. We're going to call this near mint in box. Web pricing on the Z100 frame lock is $128. This one can be yours for $80, like it is, $100 sharpened. Next up, we got one from Titusville, PA, from the Tidiute Cutlery line of Great Eastern Cutlery. We got a number 73 Scout Trapper, 2021 run, model 735221 in African rosewood. Going to come with a button and a knife. I love the 73. I love the curved handle trapper. I love the swell center. I love the closed end to keep out debris. We have a main drop point blade of 1095. Satin no etch drawn swedge. About a 7.5 pull. Sweet walk and talk. A secondary spay, about 7 pull on the spay. Sweet walk and talk. Nickel silver polished bolsters. What are these? 3 and 13/16 or something? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, centering on both blades is dead. Like new in the tube. These are settling on eBay. Completed listings between $150 and $200. This can be yours for $140, and then $170 for me to sharpen both blades. The GEC Titty number 73 Scout Trapper. Next up, another one from Great Eastern Cutlery, the Acorn series stainless steel knife. It's the number 05 keychain knife, number 052121 in Sambar Stag. Don't laugh. Yes, that's really what the Stag looks like. So if you like a smoother material, and really on a keychain knife you should, that Stag won't offend anybody. You got the little leather keychain tag. This one is the pen blade version of the 05. 440C blade steel. Petty's potato peeler etch. And that isn't a lady's pull, guys. That's a 6.5 anyway. Perfect walk and talk, perfect centering. Like new in the tube. Your price, $60. $75 with an Apostle P edge. That's the GEC Acorn 05 keychain knife. And the last knife in tonight's sale is going to be a donated knife for the Ozfedinger Leukemia Fund. It's a Spyderco, and it's from Taichung. It's designed by Brad Southard, and it is the positron in polished orange G10. Reversible, tip up, paperclip clip, deep carry. Ball bearing flipper, S35 VM blade. Everything's nice on this knife except the centering blows, just so you know. Yeah, you might mess with that and get it better, but it's not good. Anyway, it's donated knife. Proceeds all go to the Ozfedinger Leukemia Fund after postage. Your price on this discontinued knife is $110 like it is, $130 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Spyderco Positron Orange. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Thanks for hanging out with me. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.